At the research level, we're starting to use microletter arrays, larger and larger with bigger numbers. And one of these microletter arrays was, for example, used in research, at the research level, to empower a monkey to control a robotic arm autonomously. We've seen examples like these in Dr. Miguel Paes Vieira's talk today. We've seen those also in Dr. Lebedev today, showing us how this technology can be used to control robotic arms. What we're proposing here, so we've looked into what's being used in clinical practice, what's used at the research level, and now we're going to look into what we propose, what we think it's necessary to finally cure the different brain disorders. And the name is, again, Neuronanorobotics, as you know. And this is an electron microscopy image of a neuron. What you see here in blue is a neuron. In yellow, you see a glial cell, two of the main cell components of the brain. And this is for illustrative purposes. This is not, the Neuronanorobots was not there. They haven't been built yet. But in any way, this is the right size of a Neuronanobot inside a neuron cell. In a couple of decades, when we have these nanorobots on clinical practice, this is what you will be able to see if you have an electron microscopy image. And this is to give you a sense of scale, how big they are. And once we have them there, on the right side, you see the graph of an action potential. That's how neurons communicate with one another, with action potentials. This is the waveform of that action potential. And this is what will be reported once we have these in clinical practice. The red arrow here points to a glial, what we call a gliabot, or a Neuronanorobot that is inside glial cells, reporting information of how the cell is, how it's behaving, and finally empowering clinicians to have the tools to properly diagnose the brain cell by cell, okay? And it's not just about cells, neurons and glial cells. We know that the information processed in human brain goes through from one brain to the other through synapses. And these synapses, these small structures, are really important for understanding disease, understanding what's going on, and eventually treat that disease.